Sorry guys, few issues with the stream tonight. I don't know what's going on. I've got a funny feeling that I might need a new capture card. I've got a funny feeling this one's playing up a little bit. So, A. Quinlan is on an outlap. And we're back, Banana. Just let me know if everything's okay. But yeah, I'm having a few problems. I think I might need a new capture card. I mean, we won't use the capture card when we do the podcast anyway. So, A. Quinlan, 2 minutes of this qualifying session remaining. Just having a few problems with the stream, Saro. Sorry, mate. A. Quinlan is flying now. What a comeback that'd be if he could get pole position. Down towards turn 13 for the Alfa Romeo. Oh, he's backed out. He's backed out. So he's invalidated it. He has. So all the other drivers are on outlaps. And it is going to be the Ferrari that sets the next lap. That is Oliver De Mose. Yeah, I think the next investment is defo a new capture card. I know Ed's got one for me there, so I just need to go and get it off him. Yeah, I can hear that myself, mate. Just bear with me. I don't know why that is. Let me know how it is now. So, Oliver De Mose will set a flying lap. And this is going to be his last lap of Q3. It's still there. Right, just let me know what that's like, guys. So Oliver is improving in the Ferrari. Coming through sector 2. Yellow flags waving as the cars are just grouping up to go again. I'm having a few issues, aren't I, tonight? I think it's the aux, but I'm hoping it's sorted now. So, Oliver De Mose, the checkered flag has waved here in Singapore. This is it. So, Oliver, a little bit of traffic in front of him, but he's going to be the first driver to cross the line. Or is it going to be A. Quinlan? It is going to be A. Quinlan, actually. But A. Quinlan just seems to be having a few issues. Oh, and he's gone wide. Hopefully hopefully Oliver hasn't been hindered by that. He's not. To the line, Oliver goes P2. P2 for Oliver. Then it's going to be Senjo in the Williams. Really wide there. Here comes Senjo in the Williams. He looks like he's absolutely flying, the Norwegian. To the line he goes. P3 for Senjo. Here comes the double world champion of B-Right. The current championship leader. Here he comes. To the line he goes. P2. Front row of the grid at the moment for the Haas. TTL Dennis, the Belgian driver, will be next to the line. Goes provisional pole. Here in Singapore, Henke takes it right away from him. A 1:35.5. Ties in the Red Bull is going to be next. And it's Fanfurness that stays P8. Ties stays P3. It's Ryan Dipervine who's going to be the last to hit the checkered flag. To the line he goes. P8 for Ryan. And it's provisional. It's pole. It is pole position for Henke once again. The Alpine driver, nothing can stop him. So Henke in the Alpine once again takes pole position. And he will start on the front row of this grid. Alongside him will be Dennis in the McLaren. Will start in P2. On the second row of the grid, it's the reigning world champion, the double world champion, and the championship leader of ties, and B Wright in the Red Bull in the Haas locking out row 2. On the third row of the grid, Oliver De Mose in the Ferrari in P5 and Senjoy in the Williams in P6. On the fourth row of the grid, it's Banter Brandon in the Alpine and Ryan Dijperveen in the Ferrari. On the fifth row of the grid, it is Fanfness in the McLaren, and A. Quinlan in the Alfa Romeo will start in P10. It is race time, guys. This is it. The moment we've all been waiting for. The moment that every Sunday leads up to. The Singapore Grand Prix. What a race we're going to have on our hands. It's dry as well. That rain earlier, that's the first time I've ever seen rain in a Singapore Grand Prix, ever. When every single race I've ever had around Singapore, I've never seen rain. Singapore. Right, here we go. This is it. Remember, guys, we are sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. If you want to check them out, it will be in the Discord. But here it is. For Formula 7 Racing, round 6 here in Singapore, sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. What has gone on? What has gone on? And it's lights out and away we go, but it's a straight safety car. So there's going to be no overtaking. There's going to be... Oh, Ryan's out. I don't know what Ryan just did there. It's a straight safety car. Well, Ryan is out. Looks like it's going to have to be a restart. Ugh. I don't understand what happened there. I don't understand how Ryan DNF'd, but... I'm having a lot of issues tonight. We could have continued, really, but obviously people took each other out under a safety car. What was that guy's name? Was it Liam? No, I don't know what his name was, so I'll get it in a second. I need to have a look at the start, what the starting grid was. Ah, that's it, Liam Wolf, yeah. This is what I've got to do to invite one person. Especially when they're not your friend. Yeah, it's red flag, Ben. Free tyre choice, it was the start of the race. Just remember your setups. If somebody could just tag the gold drivers and just tell them remember their setups. So the only person that's got bad connection is just Ariel, that's it, isn't it? So there shouldn't be any issues. Who are we missing? We're missing both Red Bulls actually, Tyes and Faisal. Oh, so it's just Tyes that we're missing. Oh, he's in now. Right. Yeah, I'm just going to do the start grid now, everybody's in. Okay. So. Henkit B1, Dennis B2, Tyes B3, B right, B4, Oliver B5, Senjo Bannerman and Ryan. B9 Fanfins and A Quinlan. Lewis then Maxibot. Cars then Reese. Then Liam is on Fleet. Then Splendy, Saro, Ariel, and Faisal. So. Right, ready up, guys. Don't forget your setups. Splendid. How much? So let's go, guys. Don't forget your setups. Free tyre choice, red flag. Somebody please just tag Gold and let them know. Don't forget the setups. Ah, you should have said Splendid. £5 on a Mars, but I'd have took that deal. So we're gonna go racing again. Yeah, it is an interesting grid, Jack. You're right. Alright guys, don't ready up straight away. Don't ready up straight away, guys. Just give it a minute. What's going on, Red? I think Fanfinus is trying to get a setup on because he didn't save it. If I was like somebody competing with him now, I'd be like, ready up, ready up. But yeah, don't ready up. Yeah, Red, the safety car came out on the, as the race was about to start, it did that thing. I had a few problems with the stream as well tonight. Yeah, I know. Now I know why she's called Red Wildfire. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe my race. Right, surely Fanfinus had enough time to get a setup on here, hopefully. I still don't even know what happened on that safety car restart. But stuff happens, hey. Right, here we go again for the Singapore Grand Prix, sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. And it's lights out and away we go. We finally get away as we shoot down towards turn 1 here in Singapore, straight into turn 2, 3 and 4. Everybody just trying to avoid contact. Everybody getting through nicely at the moment. Ryan Dapavini's up 1. Sendro losing a few positions. B Right is thrown over to Moses. Oliver comes right back up at him in the Ferrari. And the Haas just struggles to keep on the back. Banter Brandon now chases down the Haas driver. Liam is through on Sam Flea and Reese. Liam on his teammate of A. Quinlan as well. A. Quinlan down 3 places into P13 and just on the back of his teammate now. Splendy up 1 on Sam Flea. Brilliant start. The 2 Alfa Romeos just squabbling as A. Quinlan goes around the back of his teammate and just loses the rears ever so slightly. Banter Brandon in the Alpine right on the back of the Haas of B Right. Reese is through on Liam now as well as he splits up the 2 Alfa Romeos. Oh, and he's out. Liam is out. Right into the barrier. And his debut race here, Liam, goes into the wall, loses a tyre, and is out. That is a safety car. And that just neutralises the grid. Really unfortunate for Liam there. Starts the race. Clatters into the wall, loses his tyre, and then that was it. Oh, Dennis with a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I've got a feeling he's overtaken tyres and not given the position back. Oh, no way, Liam. So Liam lost his front wing. That's why he just drove straight into the barrier. Couldn't turn the car. So everybody else through okay. What happened there, Dennis? So there's actually no driver in the pit lane yet. No drivers in the pit lane. No, just Sam Flea. Just Sam Flea. So everybody else is through okay. But the safety car is out. Right, let's have a look at tyres. So TTL Dennis on them softs. Everybody else on the mediums to P10, who starts on the hards. That's Lewis. So there's only 4 drivers that have started on the hards. Wow. I thought there would have been more than that. Yeah, Singapore. You know, I think Lukey was probably right, Red. We probably should have waited until they updated the track and took away, you know, turn 16 and 17 and 18 and 19. And then they got that longer straight. But I'm sure we've got it later on as well in FF7, so it'd be nice to try it out. The only thing that annoys me about the safety car is it always stays out for 3 laps. So, safety car. I wanted to check something actually. I tried making this thing where, but it's dead hard to make, where it goes round the cars like a real thing, like that, when the safety car comes out. Anyway, I'll work on that. So safety car is out. I forgot we could have shown that on a replay of the collision. So Dennis is going to want to get through these as quick as possible, especially on them soft compound tyres. Oh Jesus, I'm really messing up tonight, aren't I? Here we are on board with Henke, the number 88 car in the Alpine at the moment. So, Henke to Dennis to Tyres, Oliver, B right, Banter Brandon, Ryan, Maxie's up as well, Fanfinus and Lewis, the 2 Aston Martins, back into the top 10 now. Sam Flea will be happy with the safety car after having to pit. Safety car is in this lap. We're going to go back racing. I don't know if that penalty is going to stand or not, so I'll just count it as if it's not, because it seems like it was probably unjust from what Dennis was saying. So Henke will lead the safety car restart. He's giving himself a bit of a gap because we've seen it last time where it slows you down if you go a bit too early. So here comes Henke, and he's got Dennis right on his tail. He needs to be careful here. If he goes too early, yeah, it's slowing him down. It's slowing him down. That can cause a big pile up behind. And off they go. Everybody gets through nicely. And here comes the Ferrari and the Red Bull as well. The Haas is having a look down the inside as well. And B-Ride just going down. And the Alpine and Banter Brandon is just off the track there as he comes back on with him and Ryan side by side. Ryan just slotting back in behind him. And the Alpine is back on nice and safely. Now Max Bot chasing down Ryan. Tyres as well. Dennis really on the back of Henke now. Remember, he's on them softs. And Dennis down the inside of Henke in the Alpine. Henke goes out wide, but he's still in front as the Belgian and the Norwegian squabble as they just touch. Oh, wow, that was close, but good driving to keep them both on track there as Tyres just watches from behind. Oh, and he nearly loses it there, Dennis. Wow, he's got to be careful. And remember, he is on them softs. And them softs will start to fall off quickly. Oh yeah, forgot about that, Jack. Yeah, he'll have to serve it anyway because he's still got a pit. So it makes no difference. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Dennis. Yeah, I forgot about that, mate. Faisal is through on Saro, the Red Bull on the Mercedes. And Reese on the back of A. Quinlan as well, the other Mercedes. On the Alfa Romeo. Under the bridge they go. Banter Brandon still chasing down B. Wright. These two are the top two in the championship. Separated by 20 points. Henke setting the fastest lap. DRS will be activated at the end of this lap. Senjo on Lewis. Good racing. Only one DNF so far, which is good. Tyres is catching up to Dennis. The Red Bull on the McLaren. Dennis just seems to be making a few slight mistakes, which is giving Tyres an opportunity to catch up now. And just opening up the gap to Oliver. Henke already 1.7 clear. Reese is on the back of A. Quinlan. Will he be able to make a move? He's trying to use that battery. Here comes Reese in the Mercedes. Looking to the outside, just backs out. Thinks better of it. Got to wait for a better opportunity. That's exactly what he'll do. Under the bridge they go. 2 seconds is the gap now. Henke really taking off, considering Dennis is on the softs. This is not a great strategy to be on for Dennis here. Oh, and he goes out wide. Henke setting another fastest lap. But now here comes Tyres. DRS will be activated now. Dennis has got a hold off the reigning world champion. We know how good Tyres can be when he's on his day. And here comes the DRS, and surely now he will get the overtake. Which way is he going to go? It doesn't matter. He can go anyway. Here comes Tyres to make the move on Dennis, and the Dutchman goes in front of the Belgium. Senjo as well on Lewis, the Williams driver on the Aston Martin. Cars as well on Reese. Trying to get a move, but not close enough to the back of that Mercedes. Is Dennis losing time now on them softs? I gotta say, I used B. Wright setup today out of everybody on the friends list. Oh, that's Dennis that goes wide. Dennis that goes deep, and he's lost the position to Oliver De Mose. And Oliver De Mose moves up into the podiums. Did Dennis get damage? He's missing an end plate. Dennis is missing an end plate. He would have had to pit anyway off them softs, but he's going to have to pit a little bit earlier. He's missing an end plate, and now B. Wright will try and get through as quick as possible. Is he going to try and make the move? He's not going to try and make the move under the bridge section. That would be silly, as we all know. And he will wait for an opportunity. He knows that Dennis has got to pit. He doesn't want to risk anything more than what he needs to do. Dennis is going to go into the pits, and B. Wright is going to move forward. But he's left vulnerable now. He's got the DRS though. But here comes Banter Brandon. Wheel to wheel, side by side goes the Alpine in the Haas. And it's Brandon who's later on the brakes. And into P4 goes the Alpine. Max Lock on Ryan as well. But TTL Dennis with that damage. Can B. Wright come back at him? He's going to have the DRS now. B. Wright says. And he does. And just backs out, thinks better of it. Cars is through on Reese though. Cars in the Haas. He's up to P12 and in front of that Mercedes. So great racing so far from everybody. Oh, Ryan in the Ferrari has spun it. He's facing the wrong way. He's going to have to try and spin it. That's not where you want to park. And he's going to have to try and turn it right round and carry on going. Really unfortunate for Ryan. And that moves a few of the drivers up a position. So only one DNF. That was Liam on lap 1. Brilliant racing so far. Banter Brandon is nearly shaken off Be Right from that DRS, and I think he is going to as well. Be Right trying to stick with him. A. Quinlan's out. A. Quinlan is out. It's a safety car. Oh, he's lost it into the wall there. Oh, A. Quinlan is out. Can we get another view of that? Yeah, just there. Look at that. He is out. A. Quinlan in the Alfa Romeo had a great qualifying session. And the safety car is out. A lot of the drivers diving into the pit lane. The medium runners will be happy. For some reason, Faisal's gone on to the intermediate tyres. On a dry track. I'm really not sure why he's done that. There was a reason why I really didn't want to let people reserve today, and going on to intermediates in a gold race is one of the reasons why. So all the drivers will bunch back up. It's great for Dennis though. He will get back into the pack after that 5-second time penalty and that damage to his front wing. So it will bring him straight back into the race. Yeah, he'll be on older tyres. Yeah, it's strange for the game, especially when there's no rain in the whole race. It's strange for the game to put him on intermediates. Really strange. I think obviously what he's done is the most obvious thing. What he's done, it's not his fault. He's gone to the left to try and change his tyres as he's gone into the pit lane really late and gone too far onto the intermediates. That's what's happened. Oh, Henke gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. One of my pet hates is speeding into the pit lane penalties. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Henke. Maxi Block stays out. Maxi Block has stayed out. Every other driver has pitted. Oliver has gone onto the softs. Be Right onto the fresh hards. Here comes Senjo as well. All the drivers are into the pit lane. So Faisal, really unfortunate for Faisal because he's having a good race so far. Cars is going to be up to P7. Be Right came out in front of Banter Brandon. Oh, Banter Brandon got held up behind his Alpine teammate as they double stacked. And Be Right, who was a second behind Banter Brandon, has now come out in front of him after the Alpine's double stacking. So that has cost him a position. And considering that Be Right and Banter Brandon are the front two in this championship battle, that is really costly, that double stack. But Maxi Block is the one that leads. He's obviously going for that. He's strict and going for that one stopper. Right, I'm just going to grab a drink, guys, under the safety car. Wow, Henke has gone from the lead of this Grand Prix. And now he's right at the back. He's got rid of his 5-second time penalty. That's what he's gone in for. He doesn't want anything over him for the majority of the race. Saro, you're doing well, mate. Well, Henke right at the back of this grid. Not where you want to be in a street circuit like Singapore. That moves tyres. Oliver De Moos and B Right into a potential podiums when Maxi Block pits. So we have 2 Aston Martins leading this Grand Prix. One of them being a safety car though. Remember guys, if you do have Amazon Prime, please subscribe. It really helps us. Yeah, I've just noticed that Harvey, and he's kept it out for another lap, and now he's going for it to catch up. Yeah, that will probably be a big penalty. That. I can see why he's done it, so that I don't know why he's pitting again. He's done it so that safety car doesn't go in, and so that he can go back onto the fresh hard tyres, catch back up to the pack. He's not got a penalty and he's on the fresher tyres, so I can see why he's done it, because he wanted it to stay out, but it's illegal. And it's manipulating the safety car, which you are not allowed to do. I was actually reading up on the rules today, after the Silver race. I was reading up on a lot of the rules again, just to refresh my memory. So now he's going to try and catch back up now, because he's kept it out for another lap. What Ariel and Dennis have also pitted. So the safety car is in this lap now. And it is Maxi Block that will get the safety car restart underway. I can see why he's slowing down already, because you have to leave such a big gap here. Otherwise, it slows you down when you get to the chicane. It's really frustrating. Needs to be careful there though, Maxi Block. He needs to keep it. That's really slow. He needs to be careful there, because that could turn out to be dangerous. That he's doing 30 miles per hour through the corners. So he's just getting that gap from that safety car so he can go when he's ready. And off he goes. Good restart from Maximock in the Aston Martin. And he does have tyres right on his tail, though, who is chasing him down. All the other cars come flying round. It's just a beautiful sight when they come, when you hear them engines and you see them flying out of the final corner. Here they go. Tyres already chasing down Maximock on them old mediums. And then you got tyres on the hards, and the fresher hards. Coming down, and here we go, wheel to wheel action here in Singapore. Round the outside goes the Red Bull, the Aston Martin trying to block him off. Here comes Oliver De Mose as well. Down the inside goes the Red Bull, the Aston Martin just able to keep in the lead of this Grand Prix. Tyres goes round the outside, and the Dutchman is through. Now here comes the Danishman of Oliver De Mose in the Scuderia. Down the inside, into the wall he goes. B. Wright, I think, hit the back of him as well. Did he get damaged? The Ferrari's got no front wing, and B. Wright is missing an end plate. Ryan went in, tried to make the move down the inside, hit the wall, lost his front wing. B. Wright went into the back of him, and it's carnage on lap 12. It's damage for B. Wright, damage for Oliver. Unbelievable, and two drivers have gone from a potential podium to the back of this grid. B. Wright will be fuming about that, the championship leader. And the driver behind him is his championship rival, who is second in the standings. Down the inside, oh, they nearly touch. And here comes the other house of cars. Cars just pushes through. B. Wright's into the pit lane. Fanford's got damage as well. No, he didn't. He's just pitting. Fanford hasn't got damage. Into the pit lane they go. That's Oliver, B. Wright, and Fanford. Why has Fanford gone in? He's on 4-lap old hards. Is there a reason? He's going back onto hard tyres, but there's no reason for him to pit. Wow. So B. Wright having to get them fresh mediums back on now. And he definitely needs a safety car. Fanford didn't look like he had damage. He didn't get his front wing changed. So Tyres leads 3.5 in front. Dennis gets through on Saro, who's just been taking out the points. He's having a great race in that Mercedes. So a great race so far from these. They don't change it if it's yellow. So Saro having a brilliant drive here. Here comes Henke on Sam Flea as well. He's trying to come back through the pack, the Norwegian. DRS will be activated at the end of this lap. Henke going to try and make a move on Sam. Needs to be a bit patient though. And B. Wright, who's gone from a podium position to P18 in a matter of a lap. And Tyres is already 5 seconds clear. Look at Cars on the back of Maximot now. What a drive this is from Cars. From P13 on the grid is now up to P2. Fantastic drive from him. It's like the other way for his teammate though. And Henke really getting frustrated behind Sam Flea now. Knows he needs to make the move. He's going to have that DRS. Oh, and he hits the back of Sam Flea. Sam Flea really early on the brakes though. Lewis is from Reese. The Aston Martin round the outside of the Mercedes. And up to P6 for Lewis. Dennis as well trying to make that recovery. Banter Brandon on the back of Maximot. Down the inside goes the Alpine on the Aston. And Banter Brandon is back into the podiums, and that is not a sight that B. Wright would have wanted to see. TTL Dennis is through on Splandy as well, the McLaren driver. And as it stands, B. Wright's gap would go from 20 points to 5. Oliver is from Fanford. Fanford is really struggling today. And he's not taking the lines I would expect. Fanford's going really slow actually, like really slow. He's lost 1.6 seconds to Oliver De Mose. Henke is through on Sam Flea finally. B-Right really trying to get from Fanfrenes. Fanfrenes really defending. He's already lost 2 seconds to Oliver. Yeah, he's going really slow through that corner, Fanfrenes. He's lost 3 seconds already. But he's really trying to defend on B-Right, Fanfrenes. I think he knows what he's doing. He went deep there and B-Right managed to get through. I feel for B-Right there because there's Fanfrenes. I feel like he's probably done that on purpose, the way he was defending there. You could tell he wasn't... He's definitely got damage. You could tell he was definitely trying to defend really hard there. There's a lot of love between B-Right and Fanfrenes. Senjo, here we go. Lewis, Senjo, Maxi, the 2 Astons and the Williams, and Lewis is from Maxi on the mode mediums. He lets his teammate through, but Senjo is up to P4 in that Williams. Dennis is from Reese as well. And Ryan on the back of Splendid. Faisal on the back of Sam Flea as well. 16 laps remaining. We are halfway through. Reese has been taken by Splendid. Does the old switcheroo? Can he come back at him? The Mercedes on the Alpha Tauri. Looking down the inside. They nearly collide. They just managed to keep it. Reese now on to the back of the Alpha Tauri. And we've got a 4-way battle here. Oh, inside that DRS train. Oh, Maxi Block into the pit lanes. I thought he'd lost it. Nope, into the pits. And 4 then fresh tyres finally for Maxi Block. With 15 laps remaining. Well, a couple of drivers at the back of this grid definitely need a safety car. But there's only been 2 DNFs and both of them have been Alfa Romeos. So Oliver is through. Where is Maxi going to come out? Just behind B-Right. But he's going to have them fresh tyres. Here comes Henke. Now back up to P10, Henke. A great aerial view there of the 3 of these. Reese, Ryan and Henke. And even Swandy just in the picture as well there. And look at the Alpine into the slipstream of the Ferrari. Tries to go around the outside of the Scuderia. And that will be a beautiful move from Henke. What an overtake that was. Wow. That was fantastic. Next in his sights is Reese. Ties 7 seconds clear of the pack. Here comes Henke, down towards turn 22 he goes. And Dennis is through on Lewis as well. Dennis in the McLaren is through on the Aston Martin. And he's up to P5. So Dennis with a great recovery. He's on the fresher tyres of the lot as well. Henke, look how close Henke is to Reese. He's going to have that DRS, and here we go. Henke is going to be back up to P8, and through on Reese he goes, down towards turn 5, turn 6. And he is through. B-Right and Oliver just trying to plod along at the back after that collision. No fault of B-Right's at all either, just a collision between Oliver, and then it brought out his front wing. Sorry, he lost his front wing, and B-Right hit the back of him, lost his end plate, and nothing to do with his own driving at all. So really unfortunate for the championship leader. But as it stands, his gap is going to be reduced by 15 points. Ryan and Reese. Ryan with a beautiful move, the Ferrari driver on the Mercedes. 14 laps remaining here in Singapore. It's been actually really good racing for the majority of it. Obviously there's going to be a few drivers not happy but with a few of the issues, because obviously it wasn't their fault, but the majority of this race has been great. DRS for Henke, and it's Splandy who's next on the hit list. He's going to wait for the straight. Exactly how you should do it. You don't want to be rushing down the inside. And they'll just wait for that DRS and make another move. And Henke will be back up to P7. DRS is activated, and here comes Henke in the Alpine. And he is through and up to P7. Sam Flea chasing down Saro. I think so, Harvey, the way this season's going. So B-Right has been overtaken by Maxi Block, who's on them fresher hard tyres. It's going to be very tough for Fanfiners, for B-Right, for Maxi or Oliver to come back from this position now. 13 laps remaining. But they'll continue to try, that's what they do. They won't give up. So you've got Faisal, Sam and Saro. Faisal having a good race so far as well. He's 9 laps on them soft, so needs to be careful that they don't start to fall off. Dennis is catching up to Senjo here. Remember, his laps are fresher, but Senjo's on the harder tyre. I will have a look afterwards, Harvey, no problem. Here comes Dennis. He's getting really close to Senjo now. Oh, he's gone wide. That might be a warning. Ariel on the back of Faisal. Ah, Maximock on the back of Oliver as well. Oh, he's going to go for it. Maximock's going to go for it. On the Ferrari. Wheel to wheel they go. Maximock trying to go later on the brakes with the Ferrari. Side by side. And Maximock is through. The Belgian driver up to P15. Is Oliver going to try and come back at him? Yeah, he is. Oh, he's just going to try and go for it. Oh, and they're both really squabbling here. Really fighting. Oh, that's really close to the wall, that. And Oliver not giving Maxi an inch there. Maxi will have the DRS though. Faisal on the back of Sam Flea. Henke really close to Lewis now as well. Oh, he's got him. Henke has got him. No, Lewis is into the pit lane. So Henke is now into P6. Lewis goes into the pits. And Maxibot chasing down Oliver still. He's going to have that DRS. Yeah, he's really close to him. He might get him down the straight now. Not much banana, other than B-Right and Oliver. I don't even think they had a coming together. Oliver hit the wall, lost his front wing. B-Right crashed into the back of him, lost an end plate. They both had to pit and lost podium positions. Other than that, not been much that's gone on. Here comes Sam Flea on Saro. Sam round the outside. Saro just staying in the lead. Maximock and Oliver squabble again. It got really tasty last lap, and once again, getting really interesting. Maxi Block and Oliver do not want to give up this position. Sam and Saro. Sam has spun. Saro round the outside he go. Here comes Sam down the inside. The Mercedes and the Williams. Into the wall goes the Mercedes. Yellow flag, and Saro goes into the wall. Here comes Oliver. He might have DRS from Saro down the straight now. Hopefully Saro doesn't get damaged because he's had a great race. Let's just check. Did Saro get damage? No, I don't think he did, but he does have Oliver right on his tail. And through he goes, and so does Maxi. He might have damage actually, Saro. B-Right is now caught behind him. B-Right's getting caught behind everybody today, isn't he? Yeah, Saro just slowing down to go into the pit lane, so he must have had damage. Dennis and Sendro. This is for P4. And they're right on the back of Banter Brandon as well. So this is for podium places here. Banter Brandon just trying to hold them off. Oh, Maxi with a 3 second. Oh, and once again, they're going to be really close. Here comes Maxi Block on Oliver once again. And for the 3rd lap running, they go side by side into turn 5. Can Oliver come back at him? Not this time. It looks like Maxi is finally through. Now, let's jump on board with the podium runners. Senjo really chasing down Brandon, wants that P3. 10 laps remaining in Singapore. Banter Brandon's on them hards, Cars is on the mediums, so by the end of this race, I do think Banter Brandon and Senjo will have caught up to Cars. Them tyres will start to fall off. Henke is through on Dennis. Dennis is into the pit lane. 10 laps on the mediums. He will pit and go to the end of this race now. Faisal, no, where's Dennis going to come out? He's on his way out of the pit lane. B-Right is on his way down the pit lane. Resetting the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. And B-Right will come out in front of Dennis for now. But Dennis will have them fresh tyres. Back on board with Senjo and Brandon. Battle for P3. Maximok on Faisal. Maximok down the inside of the Red Bull. Nothing Faisal can do about that one. Lewis on them fresh mediums chasing down Oliver now. He's having a great race in that Aston Martin. Look at this battle between Brandon and Senjo here. Only 2 DNFs out of 20 drivers around Singapore is really, really good. That is Lewis, I think. Yeah, on the back of Oliver. He's going to be so much quicker on fresh mediums. Oh, that was a Red Bull. That was Faisal that ghosted and let them through. Doesn't want to get involved in that squabble. I wouldn't either. Faisal into the pit lane. I think this is Lewis's chance now down the straight with that DRS. Yeah, he's going to get it. And he's going to make this an easy move for the Aston Martin. And nothing the Ferrari can do about that. And he is through, and Reese is through on B right as well on them fresher mediums. Sorry, Reese is through, yeah, on B right, sorry. And now Dennis has B right in his sights. Henke right on the back of Senjo now as well. Oh, late on the brakes there, Dennis. That was really close. Could have gone from bad to worse, or be right. We'll have that DRS now as well, the McLaren driver. He's going to go for the outside line. Be right just brakes and doesn't want to get involved in anything at this point. Henke on the back of Sendro. And Banter Brandon's still holding on here. They're all on pretty much the same strategy. But you've got to remember, Banter Brandon doesn't have the DRS that Sendro and Henke has behind him. Seven laps remaining. Henke is through on Sendro. Henke is through. Sendro down to P5. Henke up to P4. The two Norwegian drivers trading places. And now it's the two Alpines in P3 and P4. This is some great points on the board for Alpine, who were leading the constructors until last week. Dennis is through on Reese as well. So, will there be any team orders in the Alpine garage? Lewis on Maxi Block. There is in the Aston Martin garage. And once again, for the second time, Lewis overtakes Maxi. Lewis is on 16 lap. Oh, sorry, 4 lap old mediums. Yeah, he's on fresher tyres. I was looking at Ryan then. So, will the Alpines start to race? Oh, wow. It looked like Henke had lost that car then. Wow. Ty's still leading. Dennis is through on Oliver. And Dennis is back into the top 10 on them fresh mediums. He's got 6 laps to do something. Faisal is through on Fanfinus. Here comes Henke. And Henke goes through on his Alpine teammate. And that podium is slipping away from Banter Brandon. If I was Brandon, I'd be saying to him, listen mate, I'm battling for the Drivers' Championship here. I'm 20 points behind B Right, who's outside of the points. I need that P3. That would take the championship difference down to 5 points. So, obviously, there's no orders that have come in at the moment. But Banter Brandon down to P4. That would mean the gap would still be 8 points in B Right's favour. But Henke is now back into the podium places. I think Banter Brandon will just try and stay on the back of his teammate, use that DRS, and them Alpines just try and stay away from that Williams behind, who's just missing out on that DRS at the moment. And Ty's is 12 seconds clear, the reigning world champion, rolling back the rounds, and he's it's like he's back in season 6 again. Unbelievable race from Ty's here. Fanfinus with a time penalty. I don't think it matters too much at this point. So Henke is chasing down Cars. Remember, Cars has done 18 laps on their mediums. So potentially the Alpines are still within a good chance of getting a double podium here with five or so laps remaining. Cars on them really old mediums in that Haas. And there's a constructors battle going on as well as the championship battle, and that's between Haas and the Alpine as well. So this is very costly for the Haas team. That would move Brandon back into P3. If he manages to get P2 here, Brandon, the gap will only be 2 points to the championship leader, which is B. Right. Reese is through on Maximot. The Mercedes is through on the Aston Martin. That's Dennis on Lewis as well. One Aston Martin loses and the other loses. Dennis is up to P8. Henke will wait for that DRS now, but Cars is going to have to defend for his life to keep any sort of podium here. 18 laps, 19 laps on their mediums. They will be falling off now. You can see him struggling to make the chicane. Maybe the Alpine had a strategy all along. Maybe they said, Henke, you go through, catch up to Cars, overtake him, and I'll follow you in the DRS. And here goes Henke. Will banter Brandon. Brandon will have that DRS as well. But Cars, he can try and stay in that DRS train of them Alpines. So Henke up to P2. Great recovery drive from Henke, this. It really is. A lot to talk about at the end of the race, though. The question is, will Brandon be able to overtake Cars and get that podium? Oliver is chasing down Maxibok as well. Maxibok does have a time penalty. That is Dennis through on Ryan as well. So up to P7 now goes Dennis in the McLaren. And Oliver on the back of Maxi. And he's going to have that DRS. Trying to look down the outside. We nearly touch. Banter Brandon. And Cars has not got DRS on the back of Henke. That leaves him open from the attack from the other Alpine. But not a great exit there. Lewis is from Ryan. Ryan into the pit lane on lap 28. Ryan is into the pit lane on lap 28. Did he have a puncture? That is, for me, a very strange decision. He's lost all points now. He will get the fastest lap, probably on the softs now, but he won't get any points. Brandon wasn't able to make the move on Cars. Very strange decision that from Ryan, I think, unless he needed to pit. But I feel like he's thrown a couple of points away there. 3.5 laps to go. Here comes Brandon on the Haas. Imperatively close now. Oliver is into the top 10. Oliver is going to get a point here. Brandon, look at that. He's got his eyes set. Maxbot gets another time penalty. Well, Brandon really wants that podium. These points are so precious here, because especially with B-Right not finishing in the points. To be fair, actually, B-Right will finish P11. So. The DRS is now enabled, and this is it for Banter Brandon. Can he make the move on Cars? He is. Round the outside goes Brandon and into the podiums. And the two Alpines now are both into podium positions. Cars has to settle back in for P4. 21 laps on their mediums Cars has done. Will he get to the end of this race? Be right is from Maxi as well. Has Maxi got damage? No, but he's lost a lot of time. I've got a funny feeling that a lot of drivers are going to run out of fuel by the end of this race. After watching Bronze and Silver, I've got a funny feeling drivers would have underfueled by a lot. I'm just having a look. It looks... The only person that the fuel is flashing for is Dennis. And... yeah, just Dennis is the only one that the fuel is flashing. He is flying though. He's right on the back of Splandy now. He does have that time penalty. 2 more laps to go. Yeah, Ty's looking very quick. Oh, Cars with a time penalty. That means if Senjo can find 3 tenths of a second, he will take that position off him. 22 laps on the mediums for Cars. How is he still going? Yellow flag. Dennis is out. Dennis is out. It's too late for the safety car though. Too late for the safety car. Dennis is out. Oh, on lap 30 as well. So unfortunate. That does put B right back into the points though. If it's 1 point, it's 1 point. But Ryan is chasing him down. Remember, he's on them fresh softs, so it looks like Ryan is going to take that point away and get the fastest lap. Yeah, he's going to probably going to make light work of this, the Ferrari driver. Both Ferrari engines. $17 laps on the mediums for B right, 2 on the softs for Ryan. Yeah, there's going to be no contest here. The RS neighbourhood for Ryan. B right will do everything he can. He's a very good defensive driver, B right. But there's only so much you can do. There's only so much he can do. Is he going to make the move? He's going to wait for the straight, and then he's just going to pounce. Fanfan has not had a great race. Maxibot not had a great race. They're big names. B right won't finish in the points, it looks like. Nope, there goes Ryan, and that moves B right back out of the points. And Ryan will probably try and go for the fastest lap now. Now he's in some clean air. Oliver as well in P9, Ryan in P10. There's a lot of big drivers here that have not got a lot of points. But one that will have is Banter Brandon, who will move to 5 points behind B right. But Ty's, what a performance and what a drive from the reigning world champion. He's shown he's still got it here today. He's shown why he is the world champion. So Ty's is going to come through. He's been absolutely brilliant. He really has. So Ty's comes through and the Dutchman wins the Singapore Grand Prix. What a drive from Ty's. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him.
On the beat as well. For everyone, boys and girls, flick your soul down.
Ty's wins the Singapore Grand Prix.
Right, left, right, left.
The birthday boy finishes the weekend off
for
with
everyone,
the
boys
race
and girls,
win.
flick your soul down. Use them well.
Henke comes through to take P2 in the Alpine. Banter Brandon makes it a double Alpine podium in P3. Cars does take P5. Brilliant from him after a really long stint on their mediums. Be right, finishing outside the points, gets a 3 second right on the very final corner. Really unfortunate race for him. What a race. Vega, that was Ty's dancing on his birthday. Was it loud? Oh, God. Yeah, I literally had it ready, just in case. So we will go through the final standings. Wow, what a race. I actually thought I took the music off. I forgot that it was I'd edited it on the starting screen. Let's go through the final standings and then we'll jump into some interviews. There we have it. Ties, the Dutchman, back on the top step. And then the two Alpines on either side of him. One from Norway, one from England. Both fighting for this championship. So let's go through it. So Ties takes the victory here in Singapore. Rolling back to season 6. And taking the 25 points exactly like he did last season. Henke in the Alpine takes P2 after starting on pole. And made a great recovery. Banter Brandon from P7 on the grid. Gets another podium and narrows that gap down in the championship battle to 5 points. Senjo finishes in P4. Cars finishes in P5. Lewis in P6. Splandy from P17 on the grid takes P7, makes up 10 places. The big news though, Be Right, the championship leader, finishes outside of the points after colliding into the back of Oliver after him hitting the wall and losing an M plate. But we only had 3 DNFs, 2 of them being the Alfa Romeos and 1 of them being Dennis on lap 30. We will move to the interviews. So we will start off with our P3 driver. Brandon, how are you, mate? Sorry, mate, I'd not unmuted my PlayStation mic. Brandon, a P3, great drive. A podium once again, mate. How was that?
Well, that was a difficult race, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine it was, mate. It pretty much had everything. You just had to keep your head straight. It's such a mentally draining track as well for 31 laps.
Yeah, it really is, honestly. Doing like 142s for 31 laps is really, yeah, like you said, draining. And also, yeah, staying out of trouble. You know, it's tight track, street track, obviously. Stuff's going to happen ahead of you, and you just got to avoid that to the best of your abilities. Yeah, I managed to do that. There was definitely one big moment where my race could have ended, but, you know, I just kept my head straight, stayed out of trouble, and yeah.
Yeah, that's what you've got to do, mate. And obviously you had Henke, your teammate catching you. You had Cars. You knew he was on old mediums. Was the strategy to let Henke go, catch him, and then get him?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted Henke to get past me, and then I wanted to hold on to him, and I knew he would catch Cars. So yeah, that was perfect, to be honest. And yeah, finally me and Henke on the podium together. Finally, Henke's not spinning or whatever. So yeah,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Finally gets to the end of the race, but no, it was a fantastic drive. That takes your points down. Obviously, Be Right didn't finish inside the points today, so that takes it down to only 5 points now in the championship battle.
Yeah, it's obviously it's a long season, but yeah, I just want to consistently get these results. And yeah, well done to Tees as well for the win.
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. Congratulations on a brilliant podium and a great step to trying to secure your first championship, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Brandon. We move over to Brandon's teammate, the driver that started on pole position, made a great recovery and finished in P2. Henke, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good.
What a drive, mate. You started on pole position. Like Brandon said, you didn't spin it today. You did have a little issue, but you've come back. You've worked together. That must feel good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my pace in that race, but obviously when I got that penalty under that safety car, it just ruined the chance of winning.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect to get up to P2, so I'm very happy with that.
No, absolutely. Your pace was unbelievable as well. And when you got that 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, that must have been gutting as well. And then when you had to take it, you were double stacking. It didn't look good for the Alpines at one point.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened. I just didn't watch how fast I was going, and yeah, it just ruined everything, to be honest, because I feel like I had the pace to win this race.
Definitely. Oh, you definitely did, mate. You were absolutely rapid out there. It was a great comeback, great teamwork for the Alpines. You and your teammates should be very proud, mate, for a double podium, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. We move over to the current world champion, finally back on the top step this season. Tyes, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you.
What a race win, mate. What a drive. Brilliant performance. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a tough race, to be honest. I'm a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm a bit tired.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, firstly qualifying was a big mess, you know.
Yeah.
My first lap was alright, but the Alpha backed out and he was in my vision, you know, in sector 3. That's a bit distracting.
Yeah.
Fine. And then he missed the pit lane. So I had to like avoid him at the final corner. I had to lift and stuff. And then my second run, Milan overtook me, and the both Alpes were going so slow. And I still was like 0 on my delta where I lifted, but then I just messed it up. But, yeah, it was.
It was a
right.
great drive, mate. You had a few issues there, but you know it wasn't an easy one out there. You had to get a few overtakes. You know, you had to do it a bit of the dirty way throughout that race. But once you got in the lead, your pace was unbelievable. I think at one point you were like 12 seconds clear.
Yeah, I wanted to get 50 seconds to Brandon. Yeah. I was pushing for that very hard. Yeah. And then Henke came through and he got the 2 seconds, so I was pushing like crazy. Now I was just cruising. But I wanted to keep the pace high for a safety car, so I could pit free, because I didn't want to lose this race. Yeah. Also with Maxi, it was very tough. He defended so hard, you know. You stay out on mediums, which isn't smart. But okay.
No, I don't understand why he stayed out. Yeah.
Yeah. He defended so hard already into turn like 5, and then I got to the inside, outside. It was fine, nothing dirty, but yeah, also he defended quite hard to the rest of the field, so that's why I got a bit of a gap, and then I just could cruise away. Yeah,
I think that's what caused the collision as well with the Ferrari. I think there was an incident where the Ferrari and Maxi block, and I think it was Oliver that lost his front wing, which meant that B-Right hit the back of him. Yeah, it was a bit of a chain reaction.
Yeah, I was looking in my rear mirror and I saw Oliver, I think he turned a bit too early and he hit that inside wall, and then it was just a lot of gales or so.
Yeah, it was, but it was. It's great to see you back on the top step, Tyres. It was a fantastic drive, mate. It was pretty much exactly like Season 6 again, so well done, mate. You deserve it.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Tyres. There you have it, a double Alpine podium. Tyres, the world champion, back on the top step where he was for the majority of last season. What a race. Big talking points for Singapore is the championship leader not finishing in the points, and the guy chasing him in P2 finishing on the podium, so that narrowing the gap for the championship battle. Henke and Tyres getting big points on the board as well. So yeah, it's really all to play for in the gold division. Only 3 DNFs, one of them being on lap 30 and 2 of them being in the first part of the race, which is fantastic to see. Some great racing out there. Only a few collisions here and there, but nothing major. It was brilliant to watch. So yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for Fantasy F7, your team, your logo, your livery. You'll hear Red on comms again, and it'll be either me or Trubo alongside her as well. But yeah, until then, thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting Formula 7, and we'll see you tomorrow night.